go back to the Gilly Crane hotline. Line number 4 has Will Rabb. He is the color voice for the Franklin County Rebels broadcast on WCDT, and a tough night tonight for Franklin County. Will, you guys, you dominated statistically, especially in the first half, but you just couldn't get any separation from Lincoln County, could you?
No, and that's got to be really frustrating. You know, it's disheartening, but it's one thing when a team is just better than you. And this is not taking anything away from Lincoln County, but Franklin County was a better football team, except for in the areas that matter, obviously, on the scoreboard. And you can have all the stats and you can make all the plays you want, but if you lose the turnover battle and if you have a lot of penalties, you're not going to win a lot of ball games because turnovers flip the field. Lincoln County's 2 regulation touchdowns came on short fields. I think no more than 30 yards, 35 yards max on either drive. And then Franklin County just kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, had 85 penalty yards tonight, and just a tough one. They clawed back. Lincoln County decided to play for overtime, and to have a PAT blocked in overtime doesn't end the season, but it ends the season short of the goal that Franklin County wants to get to, which is the playoffs. So the Rebels are stinging tonight. They're hurting a little bit.
Now, I haven't gone through and looked at it very closely, but I'm guessing from what you said that this eliminates their possibility to make the playoffs.
Well, both teams came in at 2-2, and so now Lincoln County's 3-2. They'll go to Summit next week. Don't want to predict the outcome of that game. It should be a competitive game. But even if Summit were to do Franklin County a favor, Franklin County has to beat Shelbyville, which is no easy task. There's not a lot of teams who can do that. But at the end of the day, if you end up tied in the region, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and the winner of this ball game has the head-to-head. So unless something really weird happens and there's some way that there's a spot that opens up, I think even mathematically, even though they could tie, Franklin County's season's going to end next Friday night at Shelbyville.
Well, that's it's disheartening, especially with the momentum that you guys had going there, and got some really good wins on the way to get to this point, and it's a game of inches, isn't it?
It is. There was a fourth down play at a point in the ball game where Neil and Jean was literally a couple of chain links short. Franklin County made a stop where if this would have been an NFL game, we would have got the index card out. We would have stuck the file folder in between the thing and the football, the stick and the football. It's a game of inches, and unfortunately, the thing I think that's frustrating when the coaches and the players go back and look at this season will be this game, Page, and Summit. You had a chance to win all 3 of those, and any one of those wins, Franklin County would have their first winning season in 14 years and have the first playoff berth in 8. And so, unfortunately, this time next year, come October in 2019, we'll be talking about some streaks, some monkeys that haven't been able to extricate themselves from the Rebels' back.
Well, I know that you're hurting. I know that's a lot of that is a reflection of the the kids that you have seen and talked to since the game was over. So I appreciate you spending time with us and breaking it down for us. And we appreciate your partnership and speaking for the listeners on Thunder Radio. They enjoyed listening to your call tonight.
Hey, we appreciate it, Dennis. We're proud to be a part of the Friday Night Thunder Network. We're proud to be able to work together with some simulcasts with you guys up there in Manchester. And, unfortunately, the football season's probably going to wrap up a little bit sooner than we want. But basketball is just around the corner, so I look forward to seeing you over there at the patch real soon.
All right. Well, we appreciate it as always, buddy. Take care. Have a good evening, okay?
All right, Weave. I'll talk to you next week.
All righty, that is Will Rabb of WCDT, one of the charter members of the Friday Night Thunder Radio Network.